when you are 18 in college and you're not a member of a white booster society, you find other ways, or you have to find other ways to get alcohol, to get your social, social network, your, you know what I'm trying to say, trying to have a social life, right? So, one of the outlets that I used during my freshman year was an 18 plus club event known as Tigerheat. And before I introduce Tigerheat, before I talk more about Tigerheat, I actually have to go back a little bit, just a tiny bit, to talk about the new dorms that I was in, because the dorms that I was in during the freshman summer program was not the same dorms that I was in for my freshman year, my official start of my freshman year. My official start of my freshman year was in Deneb Cedar, the literal closest building to campus. And I took advantage of that. I'd leave sometimes like 5-10 minutes before class started because it was literally the closest building to Bruin Walk, which Bruin Walk is the main walk from the residence halls to the main part of the academic part of campus, if you will. So, by the way, fun fact, P. Diddy's son, Justin, who got the football scholarship, rented out my exact same dorm, my exact same room, plaza is what they called it, in Deneb Cedar the year after I did. Anyway, I remember like early on, like, you know, second or third day of the freshman activities, I met these two girls on my floor. And wow, I showed up to college with an eyebrow ring during the freshman summer program. I took out the eyebrow ring and put in a lip ring, so I had the lip ring in, and I did this. Wow. After I did this, I decided no more metal on my face. Wow. Anyway, I had a lip ring, I remember, freshman year. And I remember meeting these two girls who lived on my floor, literally just a couple of doors down from my plaza. We're gonna call them Nadine and Molly. So I'm gonna call Molly and Nadine. Molly is now Mo. So just gonna put that out there. But I originally met Mo as Molly, and Molly and Nadine were roommates. And I'll never forget, one of the first things that Molly said to me was, "Are you family?" Oh, and it wasn't more of a question, it was more of a statement. And I was not out at the time, not even close. And it was even worse that bisexual males don't exist, right? So you're automatically gay, even though you're attracted to women, you know that you're attracted to women. Everybody and their mother seems to think like this, seems to have you figured out, and they seem to know more about you than you know about your own damn self. Side note. Having the result of only putting you and pushing you further into your closet. Just gonna put that out there. But again, vehemently denied. I remember briefly being attracted to, actually I was attracted to both of them at some point, and I have no problem admitting that, but Nadine has become one of my closest and best friends, and I'm still very much in touch with Mo. But I remember asking Nadine a question about whether she liked my lip ring or not. And then I don't remember exactly what happened, but I like threatened to pull it out. I did some really dumb shit. The point I'm trying to get at is that these two girls we all just became the gays that went partying, even though Nadine's like straight, but a huge ally, huge ally, always been. And actually, as a matter of fact, not that it matters, but Nadine and Molly had established that before they had moved in, because Molly was a little bit worried. And here's the other point I have to make about Molly and why I introduced it in the same episode as I introduced Tigerheat, is that Molly was also from the Bay Area. I won't say anything else just to protect their privacy. And Molly was one of the first people I met who was not only out, but was like very confidently and like just proudly out. very first person I had met. I know that sounds really weird growing up in San Francisco, but the bubble that I was in, the conservative little bubble, I didn't have gay friends. So I'll I'll never forget the first time I went to Tigerheat, because that was actually during the summer. That was actually during the freshman summer program. And what do you know? It was actually Jane, myself, and Patty who went together. I made out with two guys, and I had never done that before. So I was on cloud nine. I got 3 phone numbers. One of them actually did text me back, and I was so butthurt that the other 2 didn't. I know. And then was it the second or third time that we went that my phone got stolen? So yay! I got all the 18-year-old experiences that you're supposed to experience out of the way. But I guess the other thing, the 2 more things I want to share about Tigerheat, and then again I'll reference them back in this series. It'll definitely come back. But Tigerheat was, like I said, an 18 plus event that went, I don't know if it's still on, but it went on every week, and it wasn't necessarily always at the same location, but gay 18 plus event. This was the first time I saw drag queens. This was the first time I actually, believe it or not, heard certain songs that they were like important to the American gay anthology, if you will. So I know this is gonna sound so crazy because, you know, she's God, but like, this was the first time I remember seeing the Heartbreaker music video. And that was so big and iconic to me, because if you remember, the guy in the music video, Mariah's love interest, her ex-boyfriend, he's wearing like the UCLA sweatshirt, and then they go to the bathroom, she goes and fights her alter ego. And just having that whole scene played out at Tigerheat, which by the way is also one of the first music video bars where they play the music videos on huge screens while you're dancing, like, those are all memories that I like have in my head, and that you'll only get one first memory of those, right? Yeah, even though I got my phone stolen, I remember Tigerheat was how I saw the first glimpse I saw at like several iconic Los Angeles venues, like the Avalon, like the Hollywood Palladium. Anyway, so that was Tigerheat. That was experimenting with my sexuality. That was some of the things that were introduced our freshman year and that more or less laid the foundation. But the party, the honeymoon phase, that ended very quickly. It was nice, but it also ended rather abruptly, and you'll see how that was.